Which MBA is good? 1 year or 2 years or the executive MBA program or the weekend or the part-time programs or even the online MBA programs for working professionals. So if you're a mid-career professional, these are the questions that might bother you if you're considering the MBA programs. Today we'll explore the key differences between various MBA program formats to help you make an informed decision that aligns with your career goals as well as personal circumstances. So, before diving into the specific programs, let us consider three crucial factors that should really guide your decision. The first is career stage. What career stage are you at that will particularly define the MBA program that you should go for? However, at that career stage itself, you might have two choices that you can pick from. Then you can go on to the rest of the criteria like motivation or your work circumstances as well. So, we'll help you assess where you are in your professional journey and how that impacts your choice. The second important factor to consider while you're evaluating your profile is what are your primary goals. Whether it's career advancement or you want to stay within the same career field and grow within the career field and advance your career within that same industry, whether it is skill development or it is leadership growth. So, these can be some motivation factors that you need to consider when you are evaluating MBA programs and deciding on which is the right format for yourself. And the third is different constraints that one might have. There are very practical factors like writing the test, your availability, whether you are okay with taking a break of 1 year or 2 years, or do you really want to continue with your job and pursue an MBA alongside that. Can you travel for the MBA program? Will you be able to pursue the program within your own city in the weekend MBA format? So these are some questions that you need to consider to understand your profile, to outline what are the criteria which are most important for you first of all. Now the discussion that we are having today can be in two different directions. One can be with respect to the programs which are offered in India largely, and the second can be with respect to the global program. So for the discussion today, I am taking into consideration only the Indian programs because looking at the global programs will make the scope really wide. We'll take that up in a separate discussion, a separate presentation in the coming weeks. So the programs that we are considering today are largely the Indian MBA programs. So let us see how the 1 year MBA differs from the 2 year MBA in India specifically. So if you look at the 1 year MBA, it offers you a faster completion time and the curriculum is intense. But there is also very less time for career exploration. So you don't have the luxury of taking up summer internships and deciding, what is a good career path for you. You need to have a clear career goal upfront when you're looking at a 1 year full time MBA program, especially in India. Second is a 2 year MBA program. So the professionals who consider the two year MBA programs who have the comfort of taking 2 years off their work time and then rejoining the industry in terms of a career move. Plus, they are also going to avail the summer internship, which is also important at some point in time for certain career shifts. So if you are looking at, let's say, a finance career or a very niche management consulting career, at that point in time, the 2 year MBA program also becomes much more helpful for you in navigating that career journey. So these are the differences between the 1 year and the 2 year MBA programs. However, you need to understand the trade-offs to make the right choice for your situation, whether a 1 year or a 2 year MBA program, which will be suitable for you. The traditional MBA programs in India have been the 2 year MBA programs. And let us look at, what is the format like and what are the trade-offs like when you are considering it as a professional. So if you're a fresher, the 2 year MBA program is probably the only choice for you. But if you are a working professional and that to a mid-career professional, let's say at 3 to 5 years of work experience, then the 2 year MBA program can be a consideration. However, you need to know the specific trade-off that you are going in for. So the 2 year MBA program will definitely give you the choice of looking at more electives. You will have a wider network because the batches are really huge as compared to a lot of 1 year MBA programs. The 2 year MBA programs in India do have batches of anywhere from 400 to 500 students, and they do provide you the summer internship. So if you are someone who has, let's say, worked for 2 years in software development and now want to pivot towards a finance career, then a 2 year MBA will probably be more suitable for you than the 1 year MBA program, because you have the option of going in for a summer internship, which will be beneficial for you to kickstart your career in this particular field. Here is some information, from the 2 year MBA programs from top Indian institutes. So if we compare the class profiles, We do see that a large proportion of the class is from 0 to 2 years of work experience, but the consideration that we have today is for the mid career professionals. So, what I'm interested in is looking at the numbers of 3 years plus in the batch. So, if you look at that particular number of 36 months plus work experience in each of these class profiles, you will see that the number is not as highly represented as you might probably want. If the cohort composition is an important criteria for you, then people with 36 months or more, that is 3 years or more of work experience, are not as many as you would find in the 1 year MBA program. So, this is the main difference. You do need to consider the class profiles when you are choosing the program format that you are going in for. So, looking at the 2 year MBA programs, who should be an ideal profile and ideal candidate profile for the 2 year MBA in India? That would be somebody who's in their early career stages with 0 to 3 years of work experience. You should have a strong academic record, and you do need to write the CAT exam. The larger acceptances for the CAT exam and the related exams like ZAD, SNAP, etc. And the GMAT exam is also accepted, but at lesser number of places than the CAT exam, and the typical age group would be around 21 to 25 years. So, who should choose the 2 year MBA programs? Choose a 2 year MBA program if you are someone who is, of course, in the early career stages, 0 to 3 years, or let's say up till 5 years of work experience. It is not that people with higher work experience do not go to or are not admitted to the 2 year MBA programs, but so you should have clarity about why you're choosing the 2 year MBA program vis-a-vis the 1 year MBA programs, where you would probably be more eligible as well as more cohesive in the cohort at 7, 8, or 10 years of experience or even more. Plus, if you're someone who can commit to a 2 year break from their career, then you can choose a 2 year MBA program. And if you need a strong foundational knowledge in business, so for example, if your work experience has not really exposed you to a lot of its business fundamentals, then also a 2 year MBA program is more suitable for you. Plus, if you're someone who's looking at the traditional MBA experience, the 2 year MBA program will definitely be more suitable than the one year MBA program, because that will be a very quick program. You get in, you get out in around 12 months, and you go through such a lot of activities as well as curriculum within the 1 year. So the experience part will probably be missing. So if you're someone who's looking for a more traditional campus experience, then the 2 year MBA program is more suitable for you. Now let's come to the 1 year MBA format and the trade-offs that you might have when you're choosing the 1 year MBA. What exactly is the difference, or what does the 1 year MBA offer to you? Is definitely an accelerated curriculum. You have a very intensive full-time coursework to go through. The 1 year MBA is an excellent opportunity for the career switchers. So you can pivot to new functions, you can pivot to new industries post the 1 year full-time MBA programs. The ROI is definitely faster through the 1 year MBA program. And the drawback is that you don't have internships or a lot of campus activities the way you would have in 2 year MBA programs, of course, because of the limitation of time and the focused approach that you need to have when you are going in for a 1 year MBA program. So let's evaluate some of the 1 year MBA programs that India has to offer. You have the IIM Ahmedabad PGPX program, you have ISB PGP, which is a flagship 1 year MBA program for ISB, and the IIM Bangalore EPGP program. Then IIM Calcutta offers the MBA X program. There are roughly around 12 to 15 programs that you can apply to depending on the eligibility criteria, at which particular years of experience do you stand and what tests you have written. So some of the programs, let's you look at the class profiles of some of the programs. If you look at the IMA PGPX, the class admitted around 158 students in the past and has an average work experience of around 7.5 years. While at ISB, the recent class size has been around 800 students with around 4.1 years of average work experience. And at IIM Bangalore, the intake has been around 82 students with around 7 years of average work experience. So this being the range of average work experience, the cohort composition, this can be a good criteria for you to select what particular program will be more suitable for your criteria. So choose a 1 year MBA if you have anywhere between 3 to 10 years of work experience. Even more is also possible, but roughly this is the range that we usually see applying to the full time MBA programs. If you're someone who can take a 1 year break from your career. So going back to the previous point, 3 to 10 years of work experience is roughly the range of work experience. However, at 5 years of experience, you have a lot more programs available to you to apply to for a 1 year MBA in India. than you have at 3 years of work experience. So the ideal sweet spot would be around 5 to 10 years of work experience. That will, give you access to a lot of options for pursuing the full-time 1 year MBA program. Go in for a 1 year MBA if you have clear post MBA goals. It is a very quick and a short program. You need to be very clear of what you want to do while you are at the program and when you have graduated from the program. If you're someone who's seeking the leadership roles, then also this is the program to go for. And if you're looking at accelerated career growth within your industry or pivoting towards a new industry or a new function, then also a 1 year MBA will be definitely more suitable for you. As a mid career professional, you also have the option of pursuing MBA programs for working executives. So these will be programs which will have probably weekend schedules, or they would have hybrid learning options. You could have an online class with alternate weekends of physical class. There would be some travel requirements if it is a modular program. And the main benefit of the executive MBA programs or the MBA programs for working executives is that you don't have to leave your job. You can continue working with the current organization that you are employed with, and without leaving your job you can pursue an MBA alongside. The duration of these programs is usually 1.5 to 2 years, so that is also a decent enough duration for you to even apply the learnings in your practical space. So this is where this particular program format is becoming very popular. Some of them do require test scores to be submitted, some of them do not require test scores to be submitted. Plus, the eligibility for each of these programs is pretty different. So we'll go through a list of these programs as well as the way they differ in terms of the format of delivery as well as the eligibility criteria. And based on the options that you are choosing from at your particular work experience, you'll always have the option of a full-time program versus a part-time or a weekend MBA or a flexi program, which will be ideal for you as a working executive. So if you don't want to leave your job and you still want to pursue an MBA degree, these are good programs that you should look at before you decide as to which direction you want to go for. So coming to the discussion about the executive MBA or the MBA programs for working executives, here are a few programs that you should look at. The first option that you can look at is the IIM Ahmedabad BPGP, that is the blended PGP program or the online MBA program. This program is 2 years in duration. The minimum work experience that you require to apply to this program is around 3 years. You do require a test. You do require a test score to be submitted to apply to this particular program, and the degree that is awarded at the end of the program is an MBA degree. Similarly, if you are based out of Bangalore, this is another program that you should look at. That is the IIM Bangalore PGP EM program. This is a weekend MBA program with a minimum experience requirement of 4 years. There is a test involved. The only limitation of this program is that you need to be in Bangalore to be able to pursue it. Then there is another program that does not require the test score, but you can still get the benefit of getting an executive MBA equivalent education. That is the ISB PGP Pro. It is 18 months in duration. The minimum work experience required is around 5 years, and this program is offered across 4 locations. That is NCR, Bangalore, Mumbai, and Hyderabad. Then comes the ISB PGP Max program. This is a senior executive program where the minimum work experience requirement is around 10 years. This is a 15-month program and delivered in a modular structure. No test score is required. And this is an EMBA program that is offered by Indian School of Business. The next program that you can also consider if you're considering the ISB PGP Max is the IIT Bombay Wash U program, which is 18 months in duration. The minimum experience requirement is 7 years. The format is that it is delivered jointly by the IIT Bombay and the WashU campus. So you'll be traveling to both the places for your classes. The next program is the IIM Kozhikode EPGP program. The minimum work experience that you require for this is 3 years. This program is offered in a blended mode and they across quite a few cities across India, roughly around 60 or 65 cities across India. But you need a test score to apply to this program, and the degree that is awarded is the MBA degree. Next comes the IIM Lucknow PGP for working executives. That is a 2 year MBA program. This is again in the weekend format, ideally for those who are in the NCR location, because you have to travel down for the classes to the IIM Lucknow Noida campus. The test score that is required can be any of GMAT, GRE, CAT, GATE test, or the IIM Lucknow test that they conduct. And the minimum work experience required to apply to this program is 3 years. This is one part of the list of programs that you can apply to, and there are more that you can evaluate actually. So then I'm Udaipur Executive MBA is another program. I'm Vishakhapatnam, Shillong. I'm Indore also offers the PGPMX program. So if you look at the program formats, while these are all similar in terms of the outcomes and they are MBA programs for working professionals, you can continue working while you are pursuing these programs. The test requirements are slightly specific, and the formats are going to also define as to which program you will probably go for. Let's say you are based out of Mumbai and you're looking at a program where you can attend the weekend classes, then your options are limited to IIM Indore PGPMX, the SPJMR Weekend MBA or the Executive MBA program. And you can also go in for the ISB PGP Pro. If you are sitting in Bombay, you can go in for the IMA Online MBA because it is location, irrespective of the location, you can pursue it anywhere. You can also go in for the IIT Bombay Wash U program. PGP Max is also a program that can be a viable option for you depending on the years of work experience and your career aspirations, and the IIM Kozhikode EPGP program. So these are some options that you will have if you are a working professional in Bombay and you are looking at the executive MBA programs around there. However, there are more programs which are offered by international universities in India and are also for senior executives, senior professionals. One is the INSEAD program, and there is another program which is offered by Harvard. That is the Senior Executives Leadership Program, which is offered in India. So these are two certificate based programs. The takeaways for both of these programs are very specific, and the whole focus of these two programs is on senior leadership executives. So if you are looking at a more global cohort and if you're looking at a more global exposure in the future, then these two programs will also be very suitable options. Who should choose the executive MBA or the MBA programs for the working professionals? You should choose these if you can't take a career break. If you really want to continue with your job and you really feel comfortable in the growth path that you have within the same sector, then these are the ideal programs for you. If you need flexibility in learning, if you're looking for an online, a modular, or a weekend MBA format, then also these are very good programs to look at. The third benefit that these programs offer is the immediate application. While you are continuing with these programs over the 2 years period, you can actually, take the lessons that you learn in class back to work and see how they apply there, and then come back with more questions. That's a very hands-on learning experience that these programs offer. If you are sponsored by your company, if your company is also investing in your leadership journey, then also the executive MBA programs are a suitable option for you. You don't need to leave your job and you can still have the career advancement that these programs have to offer. Plus, in case of location constraints, let's say you can't move to a certain location or you can't really, go in for a full-time MBA program, then executive MBA programs or the MBA programs for working professionals, the whole list that we have provided here, depending on, you can select as to which MBA will be the best suitable for you and then go ahead with the preparation process for the same. How do you go about choosing the right program? Assess your goals. The first step that you should do is write your career journey on a piece of paper. Try and map out what your next 5 years and 10 years will look like and what type of growth are you considering, and then decide as to what is your primary motivation or what would be the constraints that will be applicable for you in this particular journey. Given these things, a lot of things can be possible. Sometimes people do not have the time to write the GMAT or the GRE test, so you're already doing well in your career, you are already at a good position in your career, and you really don't feel the need of quitting your job and going to a new one. If that is the case, then your choice of programs will be motivated by those particular options. While at the same time, if you're someone who's planning to move from the PSU towards the corporate sector, at that point in time, maybe a full-time MBA program will be a better choice for you because that will give you the skill building, that will also give you the exposure to the environment. And given your years of work experience, you can always choose between the 2 year and the 1 year MBA program. So there are a lot of considerations which are involved in assessing your goals and determining your primary motivations and being honest about that to yourself. Don't go in a FOMO that, okay, everybody is going for this particular program, or let me go with the ranking and the top ranked program. That might not be always be the right choice for you. There are a lot more options that you can avail today. So be open to researching all of them and evaluating all of them. In case you need any help with the evaluation of what particular type of programs will be suitable for you, feel free to get in touch with us. Evaluate all the program formats, evaluate the 2 year MBA, evaluate the 1 year MBA and the executive MBA, and look at the pros and cons vis-a-vis what your primary motivation and constraints were. Once you have done that, only then you will be able to earmark which 2 or 3 formats will be more suitable for you. First, select the format and then select the program. Then consider the network. A huge part of your takeaway from the MBA program is the network that you build. So explore the alumni profiles and consider the network or the cohort composition that you would like to be a part of that really help you prepare for the career advancement that you're looking for. So consider the network when you're evaluating the program, and then also prioritize the programs which will align with your long-term professional goals. Don't look at only the short term. A lot of people are only considering the placement reports to evaluate what program that they want to go to. The placement reports are a good option to go with. They do give you a good idea of what goes on and what type of recruiters come to the school, but that's about it. After that, it all depends on your resume. When you are going in as a mid-career professional, you already have a resume, you already have a work profile that you have built. You should always try and look to building on top of that resume. So see which program will help you maximize your career outcomes, not only for the short term but also for the long term. So, guys, this is what I wanted to discuss with you today. In case you have any questions, or in case you want to discuss your career options or assess your goals and evaluate program formats, feel free to reach out to us, and you can always schedule a call with us, and we'll be happy to discuss these in detail. All the best on your end.